Isla Mujeres, the beautiful Mexican Caribbean. Diving the amazing ocean life and reef of Isla Tiburon, Part 2. Located on the northwest side of Isla Mujeres, Isla Tiburon is a smaller detached island with a life-filled shallow reef on one side and thriving mangrove with several shipwrecks on the other side. In this video, we're going to explore the open ocean side of Isla Tiburon Reef. In Part 1, we started our exploration on the open ocean side of the southern end of Isla Tiburon, where we experienced many diverse and colorful thriving fish. In this Part 2 video, we're continuing our reef exploration all the way to the northern end of the island. Along the way, we're going to experience way more fish, endangered corals, and amazing underwater scenes. Now it's time to get below the surface. Halfway to the northern end of this reef, the quantity of fish and corals increases. Like this river of yellow and black striped sergeant majorfish and light blue Bermuda chubs. Now joined by many yellow French grunts, all these awesome Caribbean fish are everywhere in abundance. Here's a beautiful scene, a highly endangered yellow alcorn coral surrounded by sea whips and colorful beautiful fish. The largest fish in front, yellow and blue, is a French angelfish, which are usually very curious. Right in back of me, there's a fishy highway of sorts, and it's getting backed up. I don't know why all the fish are swimming around this bend, but they sure love coming this way. About 100 feet away from the shore reef, I noticed many fish swimming around this grassy and coral reef area. This area is thriving with seagrass, sea whips, and many diverse corals growing off of all the rocky reefs. And here are all the awesome fish, a diverse mix of grunts and snappers. What an amazing view! It feels so peaceful and surreal to relax with the ocean life. I could stay here all day and just drift with the fish. But we've just begun. Now we're gonna pick up the pace as there is so much more to see along this reef. If you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe now to catch my future ocean life videos, exploring the best of Southern California to Baja and the Mexican Caribbean. Now let's get back down under. We're at a very special area of the reef, where there's over 30 alcorn corals, which are highly endangered. Alcorn corals are important reef-building corals in the Caribbean. Their branching structures, resembling elk antlers, create habitat and shelter for the many reef species. Alcorn corals grow at an average to 2 to 4 inches per year, reaching a maximum size in 12 to 14 years. Alcorn corals once dominated the Caribbean in the early 1980s. Since, the species has dramatically declined by around 97%. Scientists attribute the decline to many factors, including disease, algae growth, climate change, ocean acidification, and human activity. You can tell by the dead alcorn corals at the base, they once thrived here and began to die off. However, recently in the last several years, they're making a strong comeback. Not only growing back where they originally were, but are spreading to new locations. Alcorn coral live in shallow areas and are dependent on direct sunlight for sustenance. There are so many beautiful corals here. Let's take a look at some other cool nearby corals and fish. starting with these curious schoolmaster snappers. They're coming right up to the camera to see what's what. This is a bright and beautifully colored queen angelfish. Queen angelfish are a warm water species that live in the coral reefs. They are selective feeders and primarily eat sponges. Here's some nearby blade fire corals, which are also critically endangered. Also found in shallow reef areas, this coral is more common among the reefs on the island. Blade fire corals grow in thin, upright plates or blades to the height of about 20 inches. These corals contain feeding and defensive polyps, which are hair-like and project through fine pores on the surface of the blades. Contact with fire corals by bare skin causes a severe stinging sensation and possible later itching and rash. To the left is a pillar coral, resembling large fingers growing off the reef. Amazingly, pillar corals can live up to hundreds of years, and unfortunately, they are also critically endangered. To the right is a mustard hill coral, also known as yellow porites. This coral is usually found growing in shallow coral reefs less than 50 feet deep, yet occasionally up to 150 feet deep. Swaying in the current behind the pillar coral is a Caribbean sea whip, also known as a black sea rod, which is a gorgonian type coral, not a plant, even though it resembles one, which is the same for all corals, which are animals, not plants. Now let's move on to hundreds of fish inhabiting a man-made coral reef. I love exploring this reef. There is so much to see and learn about. Next, we're going to experience a man-made reef created from large containers with corals placed on top for local fish to use as habitat. There's so many fish here, mostly snappers and grunts with sergeant majors and angelfish mixed in. It's amazing what a section of man-made fish habitats can turn into, especially with the corals added to the top. And there are several of these coral reef habitat sections along the reef. Here are some great angelfish swimming over the section that's still growing. Now you can get a better look at what's under the fish and corals. They look like upside down concrete containers with holes for the fish to swim through. And once the corals establish and grow, in come the fish. Lots of them. Life-filled section after beautiful life-filled section. With this gorgeous view of Isla Mujeres and Isla Tiburon in the background, let's take a look at some beautiful underwater scenes with Caribbean sea whips. And of course, the many fish that are always around them. When you find a field of Caribbean sea whips, you're sure to experience many diverse and colorful fish. Caribbean sea whips, also known as black sea rod, are Gorgonian-type octocorals, which grow in a bushy upright colony of branches to a height of 14 inches. This coral's color varies from brown, yellow, to cream colored. Caribbean sea whip corals are common in the reefs of the Caribbean Sea, Bahamas, Florida, to the Gulf of Mexico. It can grow in depths up to 180 feet, but are more abundant in shallow waters. And they're a huge fish magnet. I love to watch all the fish swimming around them. It's so relaxing and peaceful to just hang out among the corals and fish. Check out this Caribbean fishy highway. So thick with fish you can't even see the Caribbean sea whips behind them. This is such an awesome sight. Thank you for exploring with me beautiful Isla Mujeres and the awesome reef life of Isla Tiburon. Please subscribe now to catch future videos and share this video on your social media with other ocean life lovers. If you would like to see even more, check out our website oceanearthgreen.com for videos, pictures, and perspectives of scuba divers, free divers, and snorkelers from around the world. Thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure.